So Hetch had mentioned that he thought that I should show the power supply actually working and measuring current and voltage and calculating the power. So earlier I built this breakout board for an ESP 8266 that lets me reset it and put it in programming mode from the microcontroller. And I don't know why that's not staying down. Yeah. So I've got the debug port from the radio broken out so I can see the debug messages, and then RX and TX lines going to and from the radio from the micro broken out so that I can actually write the driver to talk to the radio and upload firmware and stuff to the radio. But the side effect of that is that because I have the radio going and I'm drawing power for the USB to serial adapters here off of the actual device, I have a bit of current being drawn. And you can see that here on channel 1, which is the 5-volt rail. And so now I'll switch into summation mode. And summation mode is it's summing the current and summing the power for both channels together and showing them on both channels. It's a little iffy to display it like that. It might be confusing, but I did that so that if I'm looking at the 3-volt rail, I can see the sum, and if I'm looking at the 5-volt, I see the same sum, so I don't get myself confused. And then if we move into maximum mode, you can see the maximum amount of current and voltage that's been drawn and the maximum amount of power that this device has drawn from the power supply. So yeah, so it works, and as you can see, it flickers back and forth a little bit, and that's because it's the way it's set up to read is it averages, does a running average of I think like 16 or 32 readings from the ADC, and then it takes that and then puts it into an array that lets me decimate it. I oversample and decimate, so it's an oversampling array, and then I decimate it back to the exact number of bits that I want, giving me a stable and more accurate reading. That the averaging kind of takes care of the noise, and then the oversampling and decimation gives me the accuracy of a higher level ADC, like a higher bit order, I think this is a 10-bit, and I oversample and decimate to 12 bits of accuracy. So there's still a little bit of play, but it's actually pretty good. So there it is in action: normal, summation, and maximum mode. And yeah, there's a first look at the prototype for my ESP board that connects to the microcontroller. All right, see ya.